Looking for some fun at the ballpark this afternoon. Another Kids Day Sunday. Kids 14 and under getting the Andrew McCutcheon drawstring bag today as the Pirates look for a little fun, too, at PNC Park, wrapping up a homestand against the San Diego Padres. Hi again, everybody, with Bob Walker. I'm Tim Neverett. Bob joins us shortly. It's been a tough stretch, the toughest stretch of the season for the Pirates, losing 9 in a row. And after last night's 9th loss in a row, a players-only meeting. And Paul Maholm, one of the team leaders, said, we said some things that needed to be said. We have to suck it up and take a game, be aggressive. That's what's going to turn it. It's got to be getting back to having fun and winning a laugher. Matt Diaz, a veteran also, they say winners win and losers meet. And we're losing right now. A meeting can't dictate a win. But there were some things that needed to be said. The players are the ones who win and lose games on the field, so it's on us. And, Bob, this morning Clint Hurdle said that there are only two good kinds of meetings. One when you're voting on playoff shares, and the other kind that nobody finds out about.
I agree with that. The players-only meetings should only be about shares. I mean, that's it. The rest of the time they're a waste. You saw that Matt Diaz said, winners win, losers meet. Well, it's not ever going to win a game by having a players-only meeting. It just doesn't happen like that. Last year, we lost a lot. We had a lot of players-only meetings. Didn't do any good at all last season. It's not going to help this year. The only thing that's going to help is you got to pitch, you got to play defense, and you got to go out and hit the ball. That's what's going to win games.
Pitching today, Kevin Correa looking for a win at home. He's coming off his worst outing of the season against the Cubs.
Absolutely can't understand what's going on with him at PNC Park this year. I'm pulling hard he turns it around today.
The opposition, Matt Latos, 5-11 for San Diego.
Coming off a real strong outing, obviously, against the Dodgers. Struggled a little bit on the road this year. Hopefully that will happen today.
Bats have been okay, and Garrett Jones' bat has been heating up. He has 3 home runs and 6 extra base hits on this homestand. Can he keep it up? Find out next on Root Sports.
By Barrel Automotive, Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. Let's go Bucks.
Fans still believe in these Buccaneers as they get set to wrap up this homestand, which has been, well, not necessarily one to remember. Looking to salvage a game in this 3-game set against San Diego. Bud Black's lineup looks like this today. Will Venable at the top of the order. Cameron Maben moves to the 3rd spot. Kyle Blanks had a grand slam last night, the first of his career. Forsythe in at 3rd for Chase Headley today. Headley with a pinky injury. Latos doing the pitching, batting 9th. First pitch of the ball game is in for strike 1 to the left-handed hitting Will Venable.
There you see Correa's numbers on the year. They have taken a pretty good hit here second half of the season since the All-Star break.
Venable pops it up. Pedro Alvarez drifting into foul ground. Records the game's first out. Behind Correa in the field. The outfield looks a little different today. No Andrew McCutchen. As Ryan Ludwig's in left. Xavier Paul is in center field. Matt Diaz in right. Alvarez back in there at 3rd. Wood moves from 3rd to short. And Walker and Jones on the right side with Ryan Domet back behind the plate catching Kevin Correa today. Brandon Wood. 3rd base last night. Shortstop today. Garrett Jones.
He's hot.
Yep, he is. Getting that left-handed bat in the lineup. Same for Xavier Paul. Pitch is hit into foul ground. Jones will not make the play.
And should have made the play. Got to catch that one. That's why you saw that look on his face afterwards. Right in the glove. Couldn't hold on to it.
That is just ruled a no play, not an error.
Ends up just being a foul ball.
And strike 1. Correa deals high. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jason Bartlett. Bartlett with a base hit last night. Grounded out to 3rd 3 times. One of them produced an RBI. Before coming to San Diego, Bartlett, a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. 2-1 to Bartlett. Jones will chase this one again.
That one he's not going to have a shot at. Goes back easily about 6 rows.
Derek Lee not in the lineup today, again nursing the bruised left hand, the back of his left hand that was hit by a Carlos Marmol pitch during the Cubs series. Still not able to go today. Ronnie Cedeno and Andrew McCutchen both with days off. Ronnie had a tough night in the field last night. Pitch inside to Bartlett. 3-2 the count. Kutch doesn't get too many off days. But when he has had the off days, the Pirates have won without him. Domet setting the target for Correa. And missing. And a walk. Earlier today, Derek Lee, the Pirates acquisition at the trading deadline, talking with manager Clint Hurdle, head trainer Brad Henderson, taking some ground balls. Doesn't seem to affect him too much with the glove on. At the plate was where he's the most concerned. Some nice easy swings.
It'd be nice to get him back in there, that's for sure. He had that great opening game with us.
Hopeful for tomorrow in San Francisco. Cameron Maben, center fielder, plate, throw to first, and Bartlett gets back. Bartlett a threat to steal. He's got 22.
As good as these guys are running, I'm not sure that I like the strategy they had there in that last pitch. We saw, you know, the slider outside, the target way down and away, right on the corner. That's a 3-2 pitch in the first inning. Do we need to be that fine with a 3-2 pitch in the first inning? I'm not sure that the answer is yes to that.
Maben pops up. Walker handles it. 2 gone for the Padres.
maybe with all the home runs and stuff, Correa just a little shell shocked out here. But are you going to try and pick the corner down and away with a slider? No, see, that was 92. I guess that wasn't a slider. I thought I saw him put down a 3. But my point is, I think he just was trying to be too fine in that situation early in this ball game. I think you want Bartlett to try and hit his way on. You don't want to walk him. And Correa, very good control. Normally, at least for throwing strikes. And I think that point there, you need to throw a strike. These guys will do a lot of stealing today. So they'll try anyway. And they get base runners on, especially the top 3 in this order.
7-game hitting streak currently for Jesus Guzman. Guzman began the season in AAA Tucson. Since the All-Star break, has been one of the top hitters in the National League.
He's got RBI guys. He's got just a little over 100 at bats, 105, and he's got 26 RBIs. That's a heck of a total to have in just 100 at bats. And if you go through a season where you get 550, 600 at bats, you're going to knock in 130, 140 runs at that rate.
Good spot on the pitch. Bartlett off of first base, 2 outs. And there goes Bartlett. Pitch fouled back. Count even 2-2 now to Guzman.
Bartlett had a pretty good lead. Bartlett doesn't want to go back. He's going to wait. He didn't think it was a foul ball. Now he's headed back.
So 2-2 is the count to Jesus Guzman, the number 4 hitter in the Padres order. On the right field side, Diaz a long run. Makes the catch in fair ground, and the Padres done in the top half of the first. Individual greetings to his teammates. He's known to be a little bit different. Yep.
That's a lot of stuff to have to remember, isn't it?
The lineup Latos faces brought to you by Toyota. Xavier Paul leads off. Matt Diaz, Neil Walker, Ryan Ludwig in the cleanup spot. Then Garrett Jones, switch hitting catcher Ryan Billman after him. Pedro Alvarez and Brandon Wood, followed up by Kevin Correa batting 9th, facing the big right-hander out of Miami. Latos pitch to Xavier Paul. Fastball in for a strike.
He is big. It looks like he can throw the ball about 150 mile an hour. Numbers on the year, everything in pretty good shape except that record, 5-11. Obviously, not a lot of run support when your other numbers are looking good, but you can't win.
262 for Paul to start the day. His lone home run coming in Houston against the Astros. He's got 2 career home runs. 1-1 pitch. And that's low, 2-1. His other one came in Florida last year as a member of the Dodgers. Speaking of the Dodgers, Latos, a good outing against the Dodgers, perhaps his best of the season, but ended up suffering the loss last time he took the hill. Well hit to center. But Maben there. 1 out. For San Diego defensively, behind Matt Latos in the outfield left to right, Blanks, Maben, and Venable. Forsythe starts for Headley at third base today. Bartlett at short. Orlando Hudson, the second baseman. Guzman at first. Luis Martinez back behind the plate. And Latos doing the pitching. Logan Forsythe, who has played second base twice in this series, come in as a replacement, getting the start for Headley. Headley with a broken pinky finger, suffered in last night's game. Take a look at how that happened on a slide last night. Headley going to second base. And ouch. Left pinky didn't want to cooperate with the rest of them. Bartlett throws out Diaz. 2 away for the Pirates.
Yeah, pretty amazing how many guys get hurt, mess up their hands on those head first slides. That's one thing that the organizations might want to look at putting it into in the minor league level. You can never do it at the big leagues. Guys are going to do what they're going to do. But if you get them, you know, at the Gulf Coast League, a low A, and you just outlaw head first slides, you say, no, we're not going to do it. You're not allowed. It's not allowed in the minor leagues. Well, then when guys get to this level, it's ingrained in them not to go with the head first slide. And maybe get rid of some of those unnecessary hand injuries.
Our PNC achievement today is Neil Walker. Last 8 games hitting .371. 6 multi-hit games. He's driven in 3. PNC for the achiever in you. Takes the 1-0 pitch low. Multi-hit games in 9 of his last 12. Starting to slowly creep that average up. And the more at bats you get, the harder it is to make a big dent one way or another in your average.
Yeah, he's got well over 400 at bats, 420 something, and it's not going to move a whole lot unless you just really get on a tear or a horrible slump.
3-0 now to Neil.
It'll, you know, kind of be in a range most of the time now from the rest of the year.
He takes strike 1 from Latos. Latos grew up in Miami. He was at the first game the Marlins ever played. And spent a lot of time chasing down the early Marlins for autographs as a kid. Now he's on the other side of that. Ball 4, and Walker is aboard with a 2-out walk. Now Ryan Ludwig. Ludwig's been attacking early in counts. Last night, after his first 2 at bats, he had only seen 2 pitches and made 2 outs. He went 0 for 4 last night, flying out twice, striking out twice.
The night before, though, I think he was 3 for 3 after 3 pitches.
He was, and ended up 4 for 4 with a walk, reached base 5 times, drove in a run.
Double-edged sword, cuts both ways.
Looks at a pitch upstairs for ball 1. Ryan Ludwig has moved around a little the last couple of years. Traded at the deadline from St. Louis to San Diego during last season. This season from San Diego here to Pittsburgh. Latos 1-0. That is a swinging strike. His home plate umpire Brian Runge says he went around. Luis Martinez looking over in the first base dugout with the runner on first. Walker. 1-1. Ludwig fouls it back. Ball and 2 strikes now.
Take a look at the strike zone presented by Range Resources. It was right at the very top of the strike zone. He got the very bottom of the ball. Got him in the helmet too. What do you think, about a half dozen a game a catcher gets on average?
Yeah, easily. That's just probably off the upper half.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. You know the deal going in. You're going to get beaten and battered as a catcher. And you have so many areas that are uncovered too. Shoulders, arms, at least one of the shoulders. Here's the 1-2. Walker takes off, swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Pirates are done in the first. We played a full inning at PNC Park, no score. Don't miss out on great promotions, key divisional matchups, fireworks, and more. For tickets, Pirates.com. And again, fees aren't waived. The Pirates are actually paying the fees for you. So take advantage of the no service fee opportunity until midnight tonight. A lot of folks taking advantage of this ballpark recently. Sold out crowd Friday, sold out crowd last night, better than 39,000 last night for the 10th time this year. 14th sellout crowd, and another nice Sunday afternoon crowd here to watch the Pirates and Padres. Orlando Hudson, 242 hitter. He bats from both sides. He'll hit from the left side against the right-hander Correa. You know, Bob, we've talked about Correa and his struggles at home, and after his last outing against the Cubs on Tuesday, the thought was even brought up in a lighthearted moment that they would take a hotel mattress and have him sleep on that, or have him sleep in a hotel the night before his home starts to make him think he's on the road, since he leads the majors in road wins with 10, but is only 2-7 at home.
That would be about as effective as a players only meeting.
I knew you'd like that.
Now there's reasons for it, but it has nothing to do with the type of mattress he's sleeping on.
Hudson lines one to center for a leadoff single.
It comes all down to the things that go on during the game. You know, his last start, you can look at the pitch locations, and they just weren't very good. And that was a simple answer to that one. And he has pitched some good games here. It's not like he hasn't got a couple of wins here. He's beat both American League teams that he's pitched against in this ballpark. Beat the Orioles, beat the Tigers.
2 outings ago against the Braves in Atlanta, he looked very good. Nobody out. Hudson at first. Pitch to Kyle Blanks.
I mean, it's really, to me, it's really a simple thing. We're losing right now because we're not pitching very well. No other big reasons. You know, the hitting has been, you know, kind of spotty all year. We haven't really played the greatest defense in the world all year, as far as, you know, making errors. If you look at the stat sheet. But one thing we did do all year extremely well is our starters pitched. Of course, not every single game, but most games. The vast majority of them, they pitched very well. And that has not been the case during the losing streak. That's it in a nutshell. Got to pitch better.
That one gets away. Jones will chase it down, and Hudson's going to stay at first.
Pirates got a break there. Ball almost went in the stands. And instead of bouncing in another direction, came almost right back to Jones. Hudson would have kept going. That would have been a tough play for Jones. See, he had to round the ball, try to pick it up in a throwing position. Wouldn't have been easy.
One and one to Blanks. 2-1. Two nights ago, he hit one off the left field foul pole. Second time this series we've seen one. Brandon Wood had one against the Cubs that hit the foul pole in left field. And then last night, a big blow. This one also well hit. Deep to right field. Diaz back. He can't make the catch. Hudson will go to third, and safely in at second is Blanks.
Shown he's got good power in that huge frame. Look at the strike zone by Range Resources, and the ball is pretty much middle of the plate, belt high. Hit just above the glove on the chain link fabric.
It looked like Diaz started more to his right and then had to go back to his left, and it was just too late by the time the ball hit the wall. Just his first double. How about getting your first grand slam before your first double? Forsythe fouls it back for strike one.
Pick that ball up, slicing a little more than Diaz is expected. He tried to come back toward his left right at the last moment, but still, it didn't hit to the side of the glove. It hit above his glove. He would have had to get back there in time to set his feet, make a jump.
1-1 to Forsythe. Nobody out. Hudson is at third. Blanks at second base. The 1-1. It's fouled straight back.
Ball up high. That one kind of on the inside half. I think he was trying to get that in on the hands.
One-two pitch. Ground ball to short. Run's going to score. Forsythe is out. Padres lead at 1-0.
Trade the Pirates have to make in that situation. Got nobody out. You can't give up a cheap ground ball through the infield with the infield in with two runners on. You have to trade that. Got to play back, give them that first run, get that out.
Blanks couldn't move anywhere. He's at second. Runner at second and one out. Batter is the catcher, Luis Martinez. Strike one to Martinez.
Just, because you've lost all these games in a row doesn't mean you can't play the percentages. You have to. Right now, I'm sure that they would love to try and stop every single run from scoring the way things have gone of late. But you got to still play solid baseball, make the right decisions, bend early on, just don't break.
To Garrett Jones, he'll take it himself. Martinez is out, and Blanks goes safely down to third base. Matt Latos became the first Padre to hit a home run. Padre pitcher, that is, to hit a home run at PNC Park. Got it off the San Diegan Jeff Karstens. That was at Petco Park. Latos can drive it deep.
I remember that home run now. I remember the little sideways skip right there at the end across home plate. That sort of thing there. Would have rubbed me the wrong way if a pitcher do that to me.
Oh, one pitch. That's outside. You'd never do anything like that.
Well, obviously, I have, and I did. You guys have that on tape. But I should have paid the price.
Ground ball to Wood. You'll throw out Latos. There'll be no celebratory touch of the bag for Latos that time. One run does come in, however, and through an inning and a half, 1-0 San Diego.
Go Bucks.
Well, the Parrot hopes to raise it today. It's the crow's nest on the mast on the little pirate ship behind the Riverwalk at PNC Park. And the real Parrot. Let's check out the key matchup of the day from our friends at Day Automotive. Garrett Jones provides us with that. 444 this month. 6 extra base hits, 3 home runs, and he's driven in 6. Keep an eye on that key matchup of the day throughout the game. We're going to make your day. Day Automotive. Jones had one at bat last night. Hit it out of the yard. Went the opposite way. Hit it into the left field seats. And he will take strike one from Latos. 101 games, but Garrett doesn't have the number of at-bats at this point in the year he had a year ago. Splitting time with Matt Diaz in the outfield and getting some time now at first base, giving him some more at-bats, but he just doesn't have the same number of at-bats.
Less than 300 right now, which was expected, going into the season, knowing that he was going to be a platoon player.
This is the 289th at bat. Puts it in play here. Look at some of the regular players like an Andrew McCutchen with 411. Just to compare. 2-2. Latos, 11th round pick by the Padres in 06. Popped up, back and out of play. Jones only at bat last night. He made it count.
Pitch over the outside corner and just went with it. And that kind of reminded me, we've seen him get that opposite field home run of his first year with us. It didn't matter. Pull it, hit it to center field, left field. He had home runs from foul pole to foul pole. You'll see by the strike zone presented by Ranger Resources, that one right at the very top. And I think he was going to take it and change his mind to swing, and it was just too late at that point. It was a breaking ball, really just kind of a hanging off speed pitch. But he decided to swing too late.
Ryan Domit behind 0-1.
The old saying, better late than never, doesn't work when you're hitting.
That's right.
Just as soon take it and hope for the umpire to call it a ball.
You don't want to be early either.
No, hitting timing is what it's all about.
1-1. It's upstairs, 2-1. Ryan hit a home run 2 games ago in the opener against the Padres. Told me today it felt really good. Really good swing. Felt really good to get another home run in the big leagues after sitting out for so long with an injury and the rehab part of it. Captain McHenry watching today. He caught last night. .3-1 pitch. Rip to the right side. Guzman, nice play. Tosses to Latos for the out.
Domit's been swinging a pretty good bat since he's been back. Able to center up some balls. That ball there hit very hard. Ball's a bullet. One hopper. Guzman was trying to give ground. Guzman hit a little half step backwards, trying to give himself as long a hop as he could because it was hit so hard.
Pedro Alvarez facing Latos, and he will take a strike.
Pedro really been scuffling lately. A tough season for him.
Strike 2. Early in the season, so many times he found himself in 0-2 counts. And trying to get out of that. It's one of those things where do you be patient? Do you attack the first pitch that you think is in a certain area? If you don't get it, what do? Takes inside 1 and 2. I think Pedro's had to try to do is refine his approach. He'd like to hit it right where they're sitting.
Right to him.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Alvarez. Well, last night not in the lineup, not because of his performance the night before. It was because of the fact they were facing a left-hander, and Clint got as many right-handed bats in the lineup as he could against the lefty Corey Lupke. About Bouncer to second base. Orlando Hudson will throw him out. And the Pirates gone in order in the second. And after two, Padres lead it 1-0.
Games in 20 days, a bunch of losses due to a bunch of players lost due to key injuries, a 9-game losing streak, and a players-only meeting. Well, that could lead to a lot of excuses, but not if you're a manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
You can feel embarrassed, you can feel humiliated, you can feel a lot of things, but outside of that, we are afforded an opportunity to have a lifestyle that's pretty comfortable. And to have to deal with on-field adversity or 20 games in a row, I got no time for that. I don't. Drive around the neighborhood around here Sunday morning, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. You want to talk about a game being hard versus life being hard?
Clint Hurdle more or less saying that it's up to the players to find a way to win and to get out of this current 9-game slide, guys.
It always seems to be like it falls back on the players, It's got to. They're the ones who play the game. Will Venables started the inning off with a base hit.
Theme there, definitely no excuses. Especially don't talk about this is tough or that's tough.
There goes Venable, and he's safe at second base.
In a close game, they are going to run. And we haven't seen a lot of that early on because they've been scoring in other ways via the long ball and getting out to some pretty big leads. But if it's going to be close, they're going to take off. Another hit, first slide. We've seen 3 slides out there. 3 hit first jobs. Watch those fingers, boys.
Strike to Bartlett. He's behind 0-2.
Well, look how the fingers were bent back by the glove. Could have easily hooked one of those little fingers in the laces of the glove.
There'd have been lots of trouble.
Been out for the year. So many things that can happen there.
Wood will go to third, and Pedro the tag. They get the lead runner. Venable is out.
Ground ball. Venable is able to make it pass behind him, and that's kind of the rule of thumb. If the ball goes behind you, go ahead and take a shot, depending on how many outs there were, and he had the outs in the right position. So that's a good try, but better defense.
One man out. Bartlett, who also can run, is at first base, and Maben at the plate. Correa steps off, and
Bartlett froze for a moment.
Yeah, and that's another thing that goes into the running, trying to move up on a ball behind you. It's their style. That's the way they play. You can't change that. They're going to make you play defense and throw them out. And, Wood did that.
22 steals this year for Bartlett. 73% of the time he's safe.
Probably going to take a shot at it.
Pitch is low. League leader Stat Maben up there in the top 5. Bartlett's not too far behind. Bourne, the league leader, with 41. Maben with 26. And as a team, 129. Barrel Automotive at barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. Last time the Padres had 129 steals in a season, it was 2001. That was their total for the whole year. (3-0) to Maben. And the runner takes off from first. It's ball 4. Throw down anyway. He's going to be safe regardless. Fans booing, but you've got to understand he ran on a 3-0 count and the pitch was ball 4.
Yeah, but they might be booing on the ball 4 pitch. I think that's what they're booing. Let's take a look at where the pitch was. Strike zone presented by Range Resources.
Yeah.
It was a strike. Now that could be a big play. That should have been strike 1. You're out at second. Instead, ball 4. And a lot of times on 3-0, that's when your strike zone is a little bit bigger than it normally would be. You get a lot of leeway most of the time on 3-0. They'll give you an inch either side of the plate.
Jesus Guzman hits a ground ball to short. Wood flips to Walker for 1. Back to first. That's a double play. Pirates get out of it. They come to the plate trailing 1-0. See every Pirates game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit Pirates.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Along with Dan Potash and Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. Sunny Sunday afternoon at PNC Park. Another good crowd on hand. Pirates down 1-0.
A beautiful summer. A lot of sunshine.
Brandon Wood pops the first pitch up. Orlando Hudson make the catch. One pitch, one out in the Pirate half of the third inning. Orlando Hudson been on the DL a couple of times this year. He's had a tough year injury-wise, but has contributed a lot to the Padres. Here is Correa. Four out of 42 this year as a hitter.
Took him a while to get it going. Go for about like 0 for 20 or something like that coming out of the chute.
Well, over his last 4 starts, he's 2 out of 7 with a double and 3 runs batted in. And he's been helping his own cause from time to time.
The way he was been pitching lately, he figured he had to knock some runs in. Early on, he didn't need to. He was cruising.
Late on that one, 1-2. Go back to his start in Houston on the 17th of July. He had a double and drove in 2 in that game. James McDonald gave himself a Gatorade shower after he left after 7 innings the other night, but had the big blow with a bases clearing double. Correa down on strikes. The third strikeout for Latos. 2 down for Xavier Paul. Last night we saw Paul warming up in the bullpen. Asked him about it today. He said he volunteered. He went to Clint Hurdle and said, "If you need me, I'll be happy to go down there and do that." So he was sent down there. He actually got up twice and did not get in the game. Said he pitched in high school. And I said, that's great. I said, I hope we don't get to see you in a game pitching anytime soon, because that means the game is out of hand. There's the 1-1. Inside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Xavier Paul. Paul getting the start in center field today with McCutchen on the bench today. Just a day off for Andrew. It's not to say we won't see Andrew later in the game, perhaps. That's up the middle and a base hit for Paul. First hit by a Pirate this afternoon.
Lato thought he was going to make this play. After it went by, he started staring at his glove, wondering why he missed it. It's to his glove side. Look at him staring at it like, how did I miss that? Too hot to handle. And now, let's see if Paul can get himself in the scoring position. Turn the tables on the running Padres.
Throw to first base. Paul gets back.
Big hole on the right side where Diaz likes to hit the ball, although he's been pulling it quite a bit more than he had earlier in the year. But right now, I'd like to see him shoot that gap over there.
Well, Diaz pulled a double down the left field line in the 4th inning of last night's game.
I wonder if it's because he's gone to those big ugly helmets. It's kind of pulling him off to that side of the field or something.
Yeah, but that necklace he wears is supposed to balance him out.
Oh, okay.
You know? It's all the gear.
I don't care for those new helmets at all. Very good look to them.
There goes Paul. Pitch up high for a ball, and Xavier is thrown out. So that'll do it for the Pirates in the 3rd inning. We played 3 complete at PNC Park. 1-0 Padres lead.
is sponsored by Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks!
Good look at PNC Park from above left field. 1-0 Padres. 1 run on 3 hits. Pirates no runs on a hit. Kevin Correa will face Orlando Hudson to lead off the inning for the second time in the game. Hudson led off with a single in the second inning and came around to score and a ground ball out by Logan Forsythe. Hudson takes strike 1, 0-1. Having himself a very good series, 5 for 10. You were commenting, Bob, on Matt Diaz's helmet. What about Hudson's helmet? It's the older variety that you like, but it's the double flap.
Well, 2 things about that. The double flap's been around for years. I have no problem with that. And it's not really the older style that I like. It's got all the special air vents. It's all aerodynamic and all that look. No, I don't care for that.
It's got its own heating and cooling system.
Well, what is all of that? Is that necessary? No. That looks cool, though. It's all about the looks. Double flap, it didn't bother me at all.
2-2 to Hudson.
Well, he only has to have one helmet.
Some switch hitters do that. We saw Shane Victorino, the Phillies, do
Willie
it.
McGee had double flap for years.
Hudson. Well, maybe all that vent is for added comfort. Hard to believe guys used to not wear helmets.
That is hard to believe. A few guys, when they went to helmet, they just had the little insert that they'd wear inside their hat.
Hudson strikes out. First strikeout this afternoon for Kevin Correa. Let's take a look at our AT&T Mobility trivia question. Tony Gwynn has 8 batting titles, tied for the National League record. Who does he share that mark with, and who holds the Major League record? Tony doing television for San Diego today. Hall of Famer.
Do you know the answer? Are you going to guess at the answer?
I'll guess.
You want to go first, or
no? You go
second?
First. That's kind of how we do it. Lined out to center. 2 out.
I'll go Honus Wagner and Ty Cobb.
One guess, because I had those 2 guys in mind, and I was going to guess whoever you did.
I asked you if you wanted to go.
I know,
first.
but out of courtesy, I asked the question. I always let you answer it, or at least
and
guess.
I said you can go. You can go next if you second or whatever.
Okay.
And you told me to go first, so I did. Now, what's your guess?
Well, I was going to guess Honus Wagner. And who holds the Major League record?
I guess Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb.
Those are my guesses. Those are your guesses?
Yeah, they were, but I'm not going to guess somebody else just to be
wrong
or different.
So you must know the answer then. See, you told me you didn't know.
I didn't. That's my guess. We'll see if we're both right, or we'll sink or swim together on this one.
All right, we'll see.
Logan Forsythe takes upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nice warm day here today. 81 degrees. Pretty pleasant, however. Slight breeze coming in from left field.
Good day to be a fan with a fan.
Garrett Jones trying to make a play on it. So is Matt Diaz. Neil Walker will call him off, and nobody will get it. Lands in the Bermuda Triangle. I got a question for you.
I think Jonesy might have had the best shot at it. He's the one that backed off.
Yeah. He might have heard either steps or somebody saying they've got it.
Yeah, he was going to actually be close enough to try and make a play. It would have been difficult looking over his shoulder into the sun, but he was going to be the closest one there.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Forsythe. And that's the inning. So 2 strikeouts for Kevin Correa in the top half of the 4th. League win, 8 batting titles, time for the NL record. Who does he share that mark with, and who holds the major league record? Bob and I are going to sink or swim together here. We get it right?
Answer is very good. We did it.
I should have guessed first.
Yes, you should.
Next time you give me the opportunity, I'm going to take it.
Well, see, I would have went ahead and went in the direction. Just to...
Diaz shoots this one out of play down the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike to Matt.
I would have went maybe Stan Musial and Willie Keeler. That would have been nice guessing.
I definitely would have disagreed with you there. You would have given me the opportunity.
No, you would have already guessed.
I know, but we can disagree on it. It's good to be on the other side of arguments. That's healthy.
That's why I would have picked different guys. But you played it safe. Went with the correct answers.
Sorry. 1-2 to Diaz. A chopper wide of third base. Over by the camera well. Dan Potash with a whiff. We told him a couple games ago he's got to bring his glove down there.
Did he miss one?
I am going to bring my glove.
He missed it. Yeah.
It went off the ledge in front of me.
Took a bad hop.
It took a bad hop.
Now let's check out the effort on the AGH cam.
Just watch the hop.
Just got redirected in front.
It did take a bad hop. Video is there.
Breaking ball, and Matt is out.
I've always been a big believer in instant replay, boys.
It helped you out on that one.
It did. It did.
Take another replay here of a pretty good curveball. Watch Diaz back away from it. Watch his upper body. Same back out.
He knew it.
If he had trust in that big fat helmet, he would have hung in there.
Neil hasn't gone deep in a while. Last home run on the 16th of July at Houston. His last home run here at PNC Park on the 5th of June against Philadelphia. It's a little looping liner to the shortstop. Bartlett takes care of it. Out number 2. Not much going on offensively today for the Pirates. They haven't hit the ball all that terribly in this series. Last night, just 8 hits. Night before, 15. Today, only 1. Latos facing Ryan Ludwig. Pitch is high and away. Latos had a chance to pitch at the University of Oklahoma out of high school. Turned it down. He was drafted by the Padres, and his agent asked for a $3 million signing bonus. The Padres offered 1. So he went to Broward County Community College instead, was a draft and follow guy. And just before the next deadline, they signed him to a $1.25 million bonus. His pro career was underway. Bartlett with the backhand pick. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates in the 4th inning. Padres still with a 1-0 lead. ERA. It's a defense independent statistic based on a pitcher's home runs allowed, walks, and strikeouts. Unlike FIP, TERA also includes the types of balls in play, measures a pitcher's performance better than ERA, and it's used to evaluate how a pitcher has performed independent of defense and park, and is more predictive of next year's ERA than this year's ERA. So you see the 2011 Pirates leaders, league leaders. It's another one of the sabermetrics that people look at to measure and evaluate.
I've understood a few of them this year, but not that one. I don't know how they put that one together.
Martinez grounds out. Pedro throws him out. 1 gone.
I know there's a mathematical equation that figures all this stuff out. Not sure. Matt Latos, 3.02, not bad. Led everybody last year in true ERA. I guess if this is a true ERA, the old-fashioned one is the false ERA. The FERA. What is the FIP, by the way? I feel like this is like
you don't pay attention to FIP?
Or federal bureaucracy or something. No, seriously, what is the FIP? Have we done?
It's a fielding independent pitching.
Pitching? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fielding independent pitching.
Everybody knows the FIP. Yeah, that one we did already. Nothing in 2 to Latos. And the pitch is low. Part of the reason Latos had such a good TERA last year is because he set a major league record by allowing 2 runs or fewer 15 straight starts.
Yeah, but he pitches in the Grand Canyon. Isn't that supposed to take that into allowance?
The TERA should, yeah.
Yeah, that's my point.
He's down on strikes. 2 gone. 3rd strikeout for Correa.
Strike 3. Geez, Cam, that looked like it was a little low, didn't it?
It did.
Deceptive.
Venable is 1 for 2. Singled in the 3rd and stole second base, and then was thrown out trying to advance to 3rd on a ground ball to short by Jason Bartlett. Standing room only. View from the rotunda.
Such a great view there. Probably a lot of those people, they have seats. Watch over there for an inning.
Brandon Wood will call off Pedro. Makes the catch. And a 1-2-3 inning. 2nd one in a row for Kevin Correa. To see what the Root Sports team is tweeting about the game, because we're fans just like you. Garrett Jones takes ball 1 from Matt Latos. Dan Potash, who you'll see tweeting at Root Sports Pin every so often. Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett.
Dan might be tweeting right now.
Probably tweeting about the bad hop the ball took on him.
I'll bet you he is talking about that.
Yep. Two and 0 to Jones. Garrett today has struck out. It's his first time up.
Hey guys, for the record, I heard that Brownie and Blast gave me an error on that on the radio side.
Yeah.
So I had to not tweet but text them to watch the replay. They did, and they actually made a scoring change.
Good, good. They sent it up to committee.
That's right.
Because that's what happens today.
Now, that would have been a base hit all the way.
Otherwise,
no doubt.
If they didn't, then we would have had a announcers only meeting.
Yeah, we were considering an announcers only meeting before the game.
Here it is again. Watch the bad hop.
See?
Well, you know, I did see something on that replay I didn't see on the first one. That one has a little higher angle. Dan, I think you could have reached over the edge a little bit there. See, I didn't see that on the last replay.
I mean, fundamentally, you squared up to the ball.
You could have reached out a little bit and got that before it hit the wall.
You know what? You guys are reaching yourselves.
Payoff pitch to Garrett, pulled foul. Watch out, Luis Silverio with a dance to get out of the way. I think Steve was still considering an error.
Yeah, it looked like
he liked the scoring change.
I think he was saying it went off the forearm.
3-2 pitch. Foul back.
Are we going by NFL rules? If you throw the challenge flag and it's changed, then you can't change it back? That's it?
No, we're just kidding you. That was a hit all the way. There was no error.
Giving you something to tweet about.
No errors.
So Garrett battling with Matt Latos here, fouling off another 3-2 pitch. Jones with the opposite field home run last night. Gives him a total of 13 on the season. Wide to the payoff from Latos. And it's popped up. Playable near the Pirate dugout for Forsythe. Pirate fans, we want to hear your questions about the game. Text the keyword booth followed by your question and name to 412-412. We'll ask your question to Bob a little later in the game. Remember, message and data rates may apply. And you know, if you want to text us and let us know how you would have scored that play on Potash, hit or an error.
You've seen both replays now. The first one definitely error. The second one, he might have been able to reach out and get it before it got to the wall, but I mean, that's a tough call. I'm gonna say hit. But we want to hear from you. What do you say?
Bottom of the fifth, 1-0 San Diego. Just one hit for the Bucks, one out for Ryan Gomet. A 1-1 count. One and two. Gomet hit a hot smash down to first base in his first at bat of the second inning, but Jesus Guzman made a nice play on it.
Came out of the hand a little early. That was a 1-2 pitch. He's probably trying to bounce it on the plate, so you can see where it ended up and how far he missed with that. 4 feet from his spot, but he nailed that one down and in. Helmet right over the top of it.
One strikeout every inning so far for Latos.
Missed the spot badly on that prior pitch, but got this one down, put it right on the inside corner.
Here is Pedro Alvarez, grounded to second in the second, 0 for 1. Ooh, right on the outside edge for a strike.
That's 5 ground balls to second in last 7 at bats, maybe, or last 8 at bats. He's himself in that bad ground ball groove.
Fouls it out of play on the left side. 1-2 to Pedro. 24 years of age out of Vanderbilt. And the 1-2 from Latos. Inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In spite of his recent struggles, he's hit safely in 5 of his last 7 starts. I think when you struggle like he did in the game where he hit the 3 double plays, that magnifies everything. Remember, he had 2 hits the night before, another hit the night before that. So,
yeah, we're watching you.
And down on strikes goes Alvarez. Pirates have sent 3 men to the plate 4 innings in a row. Five more on the day of the game. You get an outfield reserve ticket. All you can eat hot dogs, hamburgers, nachos, popcorn, pretzels, peanuts, ice cream, and soda. Go back for more food and drinks as many times as you like. Visit pirates.com/all-you-can-eat. It's a great value and a great deal. A lot of people really enjoy those seats. How about this? Photo finish. Saul and Oliver. They had to go to the replay. And it was Oliver Onion by a whisker.
It looked like his nose hit the tape first. Now Saul's hand was over, but I'm guessing the hand doesn't count.
No, you got to have your shoulders over.
Got to be an actual part of the pierogi.
I don't know what Cheese is doing over there.
He's posing. Pictures being snapped.
Foul ball hit by Jason Bartlett. Photo finish.
To watch Oliver's nose. It hits right there. Yeah, that's what it was. The nose. Pierogies have a decent sized nose.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Oliver, Cheese, and Saul.
The ball hit Bartlett. Was he out of the box? That was the question. Still in there.
Looks like this ball hits him in foul territory. At that back leg. If it hit the front leg, it might have been in fair territory.
The 2-2 pitch. Bartlett trying to protect himself, fouls it off. One for 9 in the series. And Bartlett, the 2-hitter in the order for San Diego. Fouls another one off. He's safely in 7 of his past 8 games for San Diego. Well, Bartlett awaits the 2-2 pitch from Kevin Correa. And ground ball to short. Brandon Wood will throw up the line, but Jones with the tag. 1 out in the 6th.
Very nice play by Garrett. Throw really was not very accurate. Took Jones way off the bag, but got the tag on him. Jones has been converted to an outfielder, but most of his life he's played over at first base. So it comes pretty natural.
And Jones playing for Derek Lee today. Lee missing another game, his 3rd straight. Chopper to Pedro Alvarez. Strong throw to first. Retires Maben easily. 2 out for San Diego.
Take a look at that nice play that Garrett made again. Tap on the side. Yeah, you see a lot of meaningless slides at first base, but you never see one when it would actually make you safe.
Like on a play like that.
Exactly.
Guzman takes a strike.
The only time ever you should slide is when you see that first baseman leave the bag to go after the ball. You see that, get down, because he's going to be trying to tag you.
He won't have much luck getting you either. He's up in the air and you're on the ground, even if he makes the catch. Now the 1-1 from Correa. And Guzman takes inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to the San Diego first baseman. Seven-game hitting streak for Guzman. Hit into a double play in the 3rd. Fly to right field in the 1st inning. San Diego's run came in the 2nd. Hudson a leadoff single. Blanks doubled him over to 3rd base, and then Logan Forsythe hit a ground ball to Brandon Wood at shortstop. That scored Hudson for the game's only run. Correa falling behind 3-1. Pirates have only sent 1 man over the minimum to the plate. That was because Neil Walker drew a 2-out walk in the 1st inning. Xavier Paul is the only Pirates hit, but he was erased trying to steal second base. Here's the 3-1 on the way. Goes to 3-2. Guzman hit his first major league homer on the 24th of June as a pinch hitter. It was the first by a San Diego pinch hitter since last September at St. Louis when Matt Stairs did it. Stairs with the Nationals this year.
He retired the other day.
Retired, yeah.
Called it a career.
This one down the right field side and into the seats. I think Matt ran out of teams to play for. Played for just about everybody, including the Pirates.
Did a good job for everybody.
A lot more efficient today for Kevin Correa. 2 outs, nobody aboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Guzman. And the 3-2. Bounce foul again.
If you ever got his home run at National Stadium, is that the only ballpark he hadn't hit one out of?
Yeah, I don't know that he didn't get one before he called it quits. Maybe he did not. Correa trying to get Guzman here. And the pitch. Guzman will get another.
And if he didn't, maybe he finally just said, oh, what's the point? You know, there's going to be a new one next year anyway down in Miami.
The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming from Kevin Correa.
Kevin's kept his pitch count really under control today, so he can absorb this as long as he gets the out. Be no problem. Not going to get the out, though. That's going to fall in.
Guzman wins that battle with a 2-out single. Let's take a look at our AGH injury update, brought to you by our friends at Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, official medical supplier of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jose Tabra went 1 for 1 last night in his first AAA rehab start at Indianapolis, and so far today is 0 for 2. And Alex Presley, who took batting practice today, is expected to be in Florida tonight with the Bradenton Marauders in Single A in the Florida State League. Presley said he's been making progress. He's got a pad on that left hand of his, where that deep bruising is between his thumb and forefinger. Strike call to Orlando Hudson. And the Pirates, frankly, have missed that spark at the top of the lineup that Alex Presley has provided. Came up for the Toronto series on the road and hit his first major league home run.
Yeah, when he and Darno were in the lineup at the same time, you get McCutchen out there. You have Paul that was getting a lot of playing time. There was a lot of speed there. Josh Harrison. The team offensively, I think, had a different character back a month ago than it has now.
1-1 to Hudson, inside and low. 2 balls and a strike to Orlando. Xavier Paul at the top of the order today. He's 1 for 2. He's got the only Pirate hit. And he provides some speed, although he was caught stealing in the 3rd inning. Paul still has managed to steal 13 bases. 3rd on the club behind McCutchen's 17 and Taba's 14. Another ball delivered by Correa. 3-1. And he walked it. 3rd walk issued by Kevin Correa today. Earlier, Alex Presley getting a hit outside. He's been able to hit in the cage the last couple of days, but today took BP outside. And you look at the left hand and that pad, how it's taped in the glove.
Whatever it takes. Guys, put the pads on the bats, put them on the glove. A lot of them will wear those. You've seen those pads, Tim, that got the circle in it where they fit over the thumb.
Hudson has one.
Yeah, a lot of guys will wear that before they get jammed and hurt. They use it as like kind of a precautionary thing. They won't go to the plate without that pad and that webbing on their top hand, because anything that's inside, they get jammed real bad. All that force goes right into that webbing, and guys that do that, I'm sure, have been bruised in there before. They know how it feels. They know how long it takes to get rid of that, so they wear that pad even though there's nothing wrong with them. It's kind of like, some guys will wear those shin guards on their front leg, even if they haven't hit a ball off there in a long time, just to prevent from getting hurt. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Presley wear some kind of a pad on that hand, maybe the rest of his career. Something smaller than what he had on right there. I'm kind of talking about that thing like Hudson that you just slip on your thumb. A lot of guys wear those every day.
Kyle Blanks with 2 on and 2 out. And Now Kevin Correa having a problem finding the strike zone.
Bagwell had gotten hit on the back of his hand a couple of times and broke bones both times. After the second time, he had batting gloves made with like a 3-inch pad on the back of his hand. He was never going to have that happen to him again. Once he was healed, didn't matter. That pad was on there forever.
Mike swinging 2-0. 2 balls and a strike. And Derek Lee found out the effects the other night, taking the ball from Carlos Marmol off the back of his left hand. That's just one area that's just susceptible to injury if you get hit by a pitch.
And that was kind of an odd thing, because he took it off the bat and almost used his hand to deflect the ball off his hip. Obviously, if he had that to do over, he would have just let the ball hit him in the hip. That's kind of like a pitcher throwing that bare hand out to try and catch a ball on the way up the middle. Just a reaction. Watch him just react to that. See him move his hand down in front of the ball to try and guard his body. Moves the hand down so that the ball wouldn't hit him. Got his hand instead.
Correa will step off. Walker broke to the bag. Guzman, the runner at second base. Derek Lee sitting this one out again today, wanting to make sure his hand is healed. I'm sure his heel is fine, but his hand has to heal.
Well, it's not the heel of his hand, is it?
No, I said heel before hand.
Just kidding. Not just being a heel.
And then when I did that, I realized, yeah, that's another body part. I probably should clarify that. Correa, who has had an efficient day today, now he's slipping into inefficiency.
Well, he had some pitches in the bank, and now he's spinning it. He's making some withdrawals right now in this inning, that's for sure.
Runners take off, and it's ball 4. Well, the bases are full. They're in a 1-0 game with 2 men out in the top half of the 6th inning. The Padres have hit grand slams in each of the last 2 games. Last night it was Kyle Blanks, and the night before Chase Headley, each with their first major league grand slams.
Padres hadn't hit a grand slam all year until the last 2 nights.
First time they had hit grand slams in back-to-back games in quite some time. The last time it happened, Dave Winfield hit both of them for the Padres.
It's been a while.
Forsythe fouls it back.
Well, they certainly play in the stadium that is not conducive to home runs at all. Without looking at the statistics, I would think that that's the best pitcher's ballpark there is.
Let me correct myself. I said Winfield. It was Fred McGriff.
Oh, well, that's still a long time.
Yeah, 1991. Not saying Winfield couldn't have done it, but McGriff came later. One and one to Logan Forsythe, the third baseman today. Back-to-back 2-out walks for Correa after a base hit by Guzman with 2 down. Correa trying to get out of the inning, get the Pirates to the plate. Ryan Domit will come out and speak with Kevin Correa right now. Ground ball, pop up, anything.
Strikeout, line drive at somebody.
Daniel McCutchen getting ready in the bullpen for the Pirates. Kevin Correa's spot will come up second in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-1 to Forsythe. And this one is strike 2, fouled off to the upper deck, off to the right.
Ground ball off Hudson's leg. you some more ways.
Oh, there's many. Let's see. Strikeout.
That's strikeout.
Who did say that? Bases full, 2 down. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Forsythe, hitting .187. Two and 2. Let's take a look at that pitch.
A little high.
This next pitch will be the 93rd of the game for Correa. And a base hit up the middle. Here comes Guzman to score. Right behind him, Hudson. It's now 3-0 San Diego. A base hit for Logan Forsythe, drives in 2 runs. He goes down to second on the throw from the outfield. And just 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. And Forsythe comes up big for San Diego. And that is going to chase Kevin Correa out of the ball game.
I thought the ball hitting the mound might slow it down enough. See, it hit the mound, took that big hop. But no, it wasn't going to. Correa looking down at the ground, and knew he just needed to catch a break somewhere. 1 more out. Had pitched extremely well up until this moment.
Kevin Correa down the tunnel, up toward the clubhouse quickly. He will not win again today.
Go Bucks!
Padres with a 3-0 lead here in the top half of the 6th inning, and Daniel McCutchen comes on to Kevin Correa, trying to get this final out of the 6th inning.
It has been elusive. Pitcher on deck, base open. See what they they're gonna walk the catcher and use Latos to get this inning over with.
Luis Martinez will be sent down to first. Latos will come up and hit. Bartlett started the inning grounding out to short. Cameron Maben grounded out to third. Looked nice and tidy until Jesus Guzman earned himself a base hit, extended his hitting streak to 8 games. And a walk to Orlando Hudson, and then another walk to Kyle Blanks before Logan Forsythe on a 2-strike pitch hit a roller up the middle to score Guzman and Hudson and make it a 3-0 Padre lead. So now Latos, who is 0 for 2. He grounded to short in the second. Struck out looking in the fifth. But Black certainly not going to toy with Latos today. He is having a phenomenal game on the hill. And now has 2 runs more as a cushion. Well, the base is full, 2 down. McCutchen's pitch to Latos in for a strike. Latos waiting for the pitch. Here it is. 1-1.
Well, it looked like Doma got that glove down just in time. He kind of turned it over. Just in time to keep that ball going through the wicket.
Backs Latos out, 2-1. Latos didn't start until late this season. Began the season on the disabled list. Had bursitis in his right shoulder. So he came up a little while once the season began. Strike 2 call, 2-2. Brandon Wood will lead off in the bottom of the 6th inning. Then the pitcher's spot. And then Xavier Paul will follow. Ready for the 2-2 to Latos. And it gets past Doma. Here comes the runner Blanks. The throw is too late. And another run for San Diego. It's 4-0 Padres.
It looked like that just didn't quite get the glove all the way in the dirt. There was just enough room in between the glove and the dirt for that ball to slip through. Let's hope that's not an important run.
Latos up in the air to right center. Diaz makes the catch, but an expensive inning for the Pirates as 3 come in. The last one on a wild pitch. After 5.5, 4-0 San Diego. Been all in favor The boys from Southern California. Bucks have been outscored 93-44 over the last 14 games against San Diego. And they're just 2-12, 0-8 at PNC Park. Take a look at this one from Daniel McCutchen that got past Ryan Domit that allowed the fourth San Diego run to score.
Just snuck underneath the glove. One down quite far enough.
More on the numbers with the Padres. Pirates are 237 and 199 against San Diego all time, but at PNC Park, Padres are 25 and 9 against the Pirates. Wood trying to start a comeback now in the bottom of the sixth. Not only do the Pirates need a base runner, they've got to get a guy to second base today. They haven't had one there. Neil Walker, he was stuck at first base in the first. Xavier Paul had a base hit in the third. He was caught stealing.
I think Walker's walk came with 2 outs, didn't it?
It did.
Wasn't really much of a chance to get him over there.
And this one up to left center field, and that's down for a hit.
And now we'll have more of an opportunity. Somebody on in a leadoff role.
Blanks with a barehanded play out there. Looked like the ball was going to try to skip on him. Blanks reached out that long right arm and grabbed it.
He overran this ball a little bit. It's hooking back toward him, and when it hit the grass, that hook spin even moved it more. Well, this is very close to having our first base runner at second. Maybe even third if he doesn't barehand that. If he has to chase that back into the notch, Wood might be at third base.
Steve Pearce batting in the pitcher's spot. Check swing roller, slowly hit. And he's got the man to second. But an excuse me roller to the right side of the infield produces an out. Let's take a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Nissan. Stay up late with us tomorrow and Tuesday night, 9:30 for Pirates pregame. And then Wednesday afternoon, right in the middle of the day. Then on to Milwaukee, 7:30 on Friday night here on Root Sports. Saturday, nationally televised, and then Sunday, 1:30 back here on Root Sports. That's the Nissan road ahead. First base runner at second base today for the Pirates is Brandon Wood. And Xavier Paul checks a swing for ball one. One-0 pitch. Going to hang up for Blanks.
Blanks read that one very quickly. On the move in. That came off the bat. Do you think that might have a chance?
Yeah, you thought so.
In there. Blanks is there, no problem at all.
Xavier Paul is out, 2 away for Matt Diaz. Nothing in 1 to Diaz. Brad Lincoln warming up in the pen. Lincoln arrived yesterday, replaced Tony Watson on the active roster. Watson option back to AAA. You'd think, Bob, with about 3 weeks or so before the rosters expand, if all goes well for Lincoln, he could be here a while. A roller to the left side, played by Forsythe. He throws out Diaz, and the Pirates strand a base runner. We're through 6 full. 4-0 San Diego at PNC Park. More great sights from the HEH cam today. Defensive changes for the Pirates. Steve Pearce moves to first base, stays in the game batting ninth. Garrett Jones goes from first base to right field. Matt Diaz is out. And the new pitcher is Brad Lincoln. Lincoln will be inserted into the 2 spot in the batting order. And the first pitch by Lincoln to Venable is in there for a strike.
Brad had a real shot in spring training to make this club make the starting rotation. He was in the hunt, pitching extremely well, and then had to hit with a ball off the bat, and that was it. He's going to AAA after that.
Yeah, there was a game in Clearwater against the Phillies. He took a bad shot on the arm, and that slowed him down quite a bit, so he had to start the year in AAA. Was 7-8 in AAA, 4.19 earned run average. He'd struck out 94 in 111 and 2/3 innings pitched. Lincoln out of the University of Houston. Bartlett fouls it off. And the timing could work out for him here in terms of sticking around a while. But for right now, pitching out of the bullpen. He had been starting for Indy. Was in line for a win during his first appearance for the Pirates on the 2nd of July at Washington. Same place he made his major league debut last season. Ended up with a no decision, gave up 2 runs in 6 innings pitched. In 2006, 4th pick overall in the first round by the Pirates. Brad Lincoln. 0-1 to Bartlett. Runner takes off. The pitch out. Tolman throw down, and it hit the runner. Venable will go to third base. They guessed right. They had it called, and Venable ends up at third.
Well, certainly not the way you draw it up. You got the pitch out called, and Doma just made a poor throw. No getting around that. Ball just really sailed on him, went right into the runner.
That will bring the infield in with nobody out. Strike 2 to Bartlett.
These guys love to run. It's been nice to prevent that. Obviously, an excellent guess with the pitch out.
Let's take another look at that throw.
It wasn't like he got in a big rush or anything. It looked like he really took his time, and I don't know what happened. Just as simple as a bad throw.
2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Bartlett. This one's fouled off. We'll stay 2-2. Brad Lincoln getting farther and farther away from the days when he had to handle a bat a lot. He was a DH in college when he didn't pitch.
Did that hit?
Sounded like it hit a microphone.
I think Dan tried to catch that with his mic in his hand. I think that's what happened.
Is that what it was?
I was ready.
That was Dan's mic that ball hit.
And I was blocked again, this time by the microphone. You're right, Tim.
Told you, bring a glove.
I may have to.
This is going to be a tough play, and nobody will make it.
That's why you hate to bring that infield in. A little ball like that. It's how routine is that with the infield back? You catch that in your back pocket, and with the infield in, it turns into a base hit.
5-0.
Made a study on how much better a hitter becomes with the infield in, as far as batting average wise.
Things have gone from bad to worse today for the Bucks. Still nobody out. Lincoln throws to first base, and Bartlett gets back. So Lincoln's faced 2 hitters, 2 base hits, and a run scored. Cameron Maybin came over to the Padres from the Florida Marlins in exchange for pitchers Edward Mujica and Ryan Webb after the season concluded last year. Although Maybin did well in Florida, he has done exceedingly well in San Diego. Normally hitting in the leadoff spot, hitting in the 3rd spot today. And with Bud Black sending runners one after the other, he has stolen a career high 26 to lead the team.
It's not like they have one guy that's really going crazy. They all like to run. It's like he gave the team, okay, guys, everybody, green light, get a jump, go.
Gives 1-1 inside.
Really tough, nowadays, as opposed to 20, 30 years ago. And maybe have to go 30, 40 years ago. To be, really a running team, or even a premier base dealer, because of the emphasis that pitching coaches and managers have put on being quick to the plate. Pitchers have separate deliveries just for when there's a fast runner on first base, to where they don't leg kick, they get the ball to the plate. Not everybody, but a lot of guys do. And a lot of organizations demand that they do. They won't allow you to have a big, slow leg kick. The days of one base dealer stealing 70, 80, 90 bases, I don't know if we'll ever see that again. It's just very difficult. I suppose nothing is ever etched in stone. But Ricky Henderson, his record is got to be a pretty safe one right now, the way the game is played nowadays.
Well, you don't see the Ricky Hendersons or the Lou Brocks, that type of player anymore.
No, I don't know.
In terms of base stealing,
I think you see that type of player. I don't think guys are any slower. I think they're faster, if anything. But the guys on the mound have prevented the base stealers, the speed guys, from stealing like they used to. Because now it's all about stopping the steal, being 1-1, 1-2 to the plate. Ricky Henderson and Lou Brock couldn't steal the numbers they did
today
if you're 1-1, 1-2 to the plate. Nobody's that fast.
Bartlett takes off, and the pitch fouled back.
If job one is to prevent somebody from stealing a base, that can be done. Now, you might be taken away from your pitching, and that's always been the argument there, is like, well, what's more important, stopping somebody from stealing second or making quality pitches to the plate? There's a compromise when you go to that quick delivery.
Walker thought about flipping onto second, but with Bartlett on the move, couldn't get him out. Throws on to first and gets Maybin instead. With the runner on the move, Walker got what he needed, a hard hit ball right to him, but Bartlett had a really good jump. And Wood couldn't get over there in time.
He's running to stay out of that double play. You know, I don't know. Watching that replay right there, I think they might have had it.
Think so? Bartlett at second. And Guzman at the plate. The pitch. Sharper foul.
I'll take another angle at that. See what you think, Tim. If he catches it right there, there's nobody to flip to. And that's what the problem.
I think that's what he read, was that Wood was just too far off the bag. Even with a soft flip or even a hard flip from there, there's no way he was going to get there.
That's exactly what happened. There was nobody to flip the ball to. He had it in time to get the lead runner and possibly even the double play, but Wood wasn't there.
Good breaking ball in for a strike to Guzman. 0-2.
Tried to get a pair with Bartlett, but couldn't do it.
Brad Lincoln in his third big league relief performance. That's what happens when you condense words. And he strikes out Guzman.
Get him upstairs. Watch the strike zone. Oh yeah. Chased a backup breaking ball. That backup, I mean, the ball actually looked like it came in a little bit to the right hand hitter. Not supposed to do that. Breaking ball is supposed to go way the other direction.
Strike one to Orlando Hudson. Two men out. Bartlett at second base and Lincoln set. Now the pitch. 1-1. 2 today, 5 out of 11 in the series. All he's done is hit single. Score runs. And he was walked back in the 6th. Scored a run then too. One ball, 2 strikes to Orlando Hudson. Brad Lincoln trying to get out of the inning. He's given up a run on 2 hits. 1-2. Hudson might have reacted a little bit too much. The pitch didn't seem like it was that far in on him.
He did that the other day. 2 games ago. Leaned in on one and jump back at the same time.
2-2. Got him swinging. 7th inning stretch. Another run comes in. 5-0 San Diego. We'll keep it here for God Bless America. We'll take you out to the ball game here at PNC Park. giving the gifts to his people below. 5-0 Padres. The 7th. Dan Potash and Bob Walk, Tim Neverett at PNC Park, wrapping up his 7-game homestand on the road right away afterward out to the West Coast. Tomorrow night starts a 3-gamer with the San Francisco Giants. Walker takes a strike. Neal is 0 for 1 today. He walked in the first and then lined out to the shortstop Bartlett in the 4th inning. Walker's been racking up a number of multi-hit games lately. But today without one. One and two now. Inside Pirates baseball tomorrow night at 9. Make sure you tune in. It's a special episode from Pine Richland to PNC. It's Walk to the Park on the Pittsburgh Kid, Neal Walker.
It really is really a neat thing for the city of Pittsburgh to have one of their own local high school star players to be down here in this Pirate uniform. But think about how it must feel for Neal to come here and perform every day.
Rips it down to first. Guzman will handle it himself.
Just a dream come true for that man right there. And it's not like he's just a utility player or something. I mean, he is such a big part of this club, a leader on the team, middle of the lineup hitter.
In the National League, among the leaders in RBIs and hits. He is the leader in double plays turned in the National League, 81. Ryan Ludwig takes strike one. Well, Matt Late today, Bob, has been setting him up and knocking him down for the most part.
Two-hitter, working on a two-hit shutout. He's having a great afternoon. So, I guess, I don't know the formula, but I think he'd be reducing that TERA.
It would have to go down.
Like I said, I don't know the formula.
Thought you might have had it written in ink on the palm of your hand or something. Might not fit on the palm.
You'll have to show me how to do that. We have a 4-hour flight to Frisco. Plenty of time.
There's a ground ball to Hudson at second. He'll take his time and throw out Ludwig. The Meadows Racetrack and Casino scoreboard 1-1. Cards and Fish. Fielder another home run. His 26th. 5-5 Mets and Braves top of the 8th. Cubs losing to the Reds. Nats leaving the Rockies. Giants and Phillies still to come. Dodgers and D-backs in Arizona. You taking a 4-hour flight after the game, you said?
Well, what is it going to be? 4.5?
How far are you going? Is it 4 or 5?
Well, you're trying to get technicality on me here. Is it 4.5? How long is it?
I'm saying it's going to take me 5 hours to explain that formula. I can't do it in 4. Because it's going to take me 4.5 to learn it and then a half hour to explain it. The 2-0 pitch is in for a strike, 2-1. Jones nubs one down the third. It's a foul ball picked up by Forsythe. Well, we'll be jetting out to the coast, Bob. Hope you brought your sunglasses. And
you know, it's going to be
back to Northern California.
Well, we understand it's going to be cool out there, though.
Yeah.
No more short sleeves for a while.
We'll be wearing jackets on the road. Now,
it'll be a Mark Twain summer.
He was right. He was absolutely right. The coldest winter he ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. And you know from playing the old Candlestick Park back in the day, that's certainly the case. Jones strikes out. We're through 7 innings. The Padres remain in front. Say Tabata 1 for 3, a base hit for him. Josh Harrison 1 for 2. He scored a run. Trenton takes on Altoona in Double-A. 6 o'clock tonight. Blair County Ballpark and at McKechnie Field in Bradenton. It's Jupiter and the Marauders at 5 p.m. Now that is some artwork.
It took a while.
Took a little time.
Each letter probably took 15-20 minutes. All the different colors, shapes. I like a sign like that. It took real effort.
Brad Lincoln remains on and delivers a strike to Kyle Blanks. Strike 2. You look at Brad Lincoln, you root for a guy like that, a high draft choice, a guy who's had a couple of setbacks here and there. Last year had an opportunity to make his big league debut, spent time with the club here. And now Blanks finds a gap in right center field. A bounce off the wall. And Blanks will stop at second base with a leadoff double. His second double of the game. Second major league double. This guy could be something.
Blanks?
Yeah, he's big, hits the ball, starting to really pick it up for San Diego.
He definitely is not a high draft pick. Now those are the guys I root for, the lower draft picks, guys that when they were drafted weren't thought very highly. They've had to make their own way.
6'6", 272. No, he was not a high draft pick. He was picked in the 42nd round in 2004. Had to work his way up through the minor leagues. And getting an opportunity in left field now that Ludwig has been sent to the Pirates. That opened up a spot for him to play every day.
So, you know, those are some of the really good stories. Guys that were drafted basically to fill out the teams in A-ball, and they beat the odds, got to the big leagues. Years ago, we had a player like that, Rob Makoviak.
Well, not a good start to the inning for Lincoln.
Makoviak, similar story, 48th round, something like that, very low, and had a nice little career in the major leagues. And I think the story that everyone talked about years ago was Piazza. He was drafted kind of, well, sort of doing somebody a favor.
Yeah, they thought he was more of a favor toward the end of the draft.
And he
turned out to be wrong.
To be one of the best catchers, best players of his era. So you never know. Sometimes those guys, they beat the odds. And Blanks looks like he might be one of those players.
Blanks was born in Pennsylvania. Went to high school in New Mexico. A basketball player as well. 0-1 pitch, and Martinez will take it inside for a ball. 1-1.
The reality of things, when you get drafted and you come into the professional ranks, there's a label put on you as to where they think you're going to end up. And not a lot of guys getting drafted in the low 40s do they label, oh, this guy is an everyday outfielder in the big leagues. You project the first, second, third, top 10 guys with labels like that.
Big cut and a miss by Martinez. 2-2. Big crowd here. 35,601. Fourth largest series attendance. 112,618 have come this weekend to see the Pirates and Padres. And strike three. Martinez knew it.
Very, very important homestand. One of the most important homestands, if not the most important homestand we've played since we came into PNC Park, and it has been a bitter disappointment. You can't candy coat that.
The slide will end. Hopefully sooner than later. He's come to the ballpark every day, so yeah, tonight's the night. Today's the day. Lato's bunts foul. Teams go through streaks of different kinds. Seattle Mariners this year lost 17 straight. We hope it doesn't come close to that. Longest streak the Pirates had last year, 12 in a row. But it will end. That's the good news about it. Just a matter of when. Latos puts it in play. Pierce fields. He'll throw to first with Walker covering. Latos, the successful sacrifice bunt. Moves Blanks down to third and Forsythe over to second base with 2 men out.
Now, if the Pirates have any plans at a comeback, can't give up a hit now.
Will Venable, pair of hits today, 2 for 4. And he has stolen 2 bases and hits this one to center field. That's got Paul turned around. It's over his head. 2 more runs will score as Venable hits a 2-out 2-run double, makes it a 7-0 Padre lead.
May have just put the final nail in the coffin of this game in this homestand.
Big day at the plate for Will Venable.
Ball just blistered over Paul's head, center field. I don't think it matters which way he turned on that one. He wasn't going to get back in time. It was quickly over his head. Lincoln obviously not happy with that. He knows that he needed to get that last out without letting those runs scoring. Bartlett again. Seems like he's been up a few times today.
5th time up. Bounce it short.
Should do it.
Wood will throw him out. Pirates will come to the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning. Domet, Alvarez, and Wood trailing 7-0. Coming up against the Giants, Charlie Morton and Ryan Vogelsong. Vogelsong has had an exceptional season this year. James McDonald and Madison Bumgarner on Tuesday night. And then Jeff Karstens will pitch on Wednesday afternoon against Jonathan Sanchez. Ryan Domet will lead off. You know those suits, how do you eat if you want to eat something at the ballpark? If you're wearing one of those tight
That's why they call those diet suits.
Really?
You can't eat, and if you put one on, you definitely see right away whether you need to be on a diet or not. I'm not sure I would look real good in that suit.
I didn't know that's what they called them.
Diet suits.
But it does make sense. So that's why you're the idea man. Two and one to Domet. Domet is 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up in the 5th. Just his 3rd plate appearance today. 1 on appeal. Third base umpire Ted Barrett. Make sure Ryan has a ball on him. 3 and 1. Base hit. Domet smacks a single to center. It's the 3rd hit off Latos today. Xavier Paul had one in the 3rd. Brandon Wood had one in the 6th. And now here in the 8th, Ryan Domet has one. Pedro Alvarez 0 for 2. Does not have a hit in the series. Did not start last night. Came in as a pinch hitter late in the game and struck out.
Latos at 93. He certainly hasn't lost any of his fastball. Over 100 pitches. There's a little action in the pen for the Padres in case he runs into trouble. 2 in a row, 93, 94.
Now Pedro in an 0-2 count again. Second time today. Takes that one up high and away, 1-2. Pedro trying to be more aggressive on fastballs early in the count. We saw that. Maybe a little gun shy today after what happened to him 2 games ago. Rolling into 3 double plays.
I can understand him, especially this situation, taking a strike, down 7 runs. Definitely don't want to go up there when you're behind 7-0 and swing at that first pitch, make it an out. But overall, I know what you're saying. He needs to be an aggressive hitter up there.
What was this one foul? I don't know if you see that sign right behind him there. Marine and wife need ride back to San Diego.
Wow.
It's quite a ride from Pittsburgh.
We can get him to Frisco. They can hitchhike down the coast.
Right down the 5 all the way.
I'd have to go a ways to get to the 5.
And Alvarez, a base hit. Pedro with a single, and the Pirates with back-to-back singles to start the 8th.
Chopped the bat in half, but able to muscle it through the middle.
Handle broke off right in his hands. And that will chase the starter, Matt Latos, who has had a very good day today, but the Pirates with 2 on and nobody out.
You've been to PNC Park and you've actually seen the Pirates rookie relievers go from the dugout to the bullpen. They have kids' backpacks on. Well, the Padres have taken it a step further. They actually wear a Yoda backpack, an R2-D2 backpack, and a Stormtrooper backpack. And I guess they're fans because they took it a step further on July 21st down in Miami when they actually took towels and wrapped them around their heads and twirled the sides. That made them look like they had the hairstyle of Princess Leia from 1977 in the first Star Wars. Whatever works, guys. Yeah. Whatever works, right?
What's with Yoda over there, though, in that shot?
Looks like he's taking a nap.
That can't be comfortable. Come on, Yoda.
Well, that's how the Padres have been doing it with Jedi mind tricks this weekend. Chad Qualls on the hill. He'll face Brandon Wood.
Gotta be careful of those Imperial Stormtroopers.
And it's been something that Padres have been doing primarily with the Yoda guy. And Wood hits one deep to left field. This one is gone. A 3-run home run for Brandon Wood. That's the way to greet the relief pitcher. The force is strong in this one.
Boy, did we need that. That's something that Wood can definitely give you occasionally. In fact, you know, his home run per at bats, his ratio really one of the better ones on the team. You look at how many he's hit now. Was that number 7?
7th home run.
And relatively speaking, not that many at bats. You can put a charge in one every now and then. Those 2 runs in the 8th look pretty big right now. But you can't turn the page. You can't go back. It is what it is. You got to keep plugging away.
Jason Bartlett straightens up and throws out Pierce. 1 gone.
That home run again. Middle of the plate. About, maybe mid-thigh. Hit it in the right spot too. Right down that line where it starts to get a little shallow. Not like that one needed to be shallow. It almost got underneath the rotunda.
2 of those 3 runs charged to Matt Latos. The book closed on him. 7+, 7 strikeouts. Xavier Paul lines one to center. And it gets past Maybin. Paul will be held to a single. Kyle Blank's right there to back up.
Fine job by Blank. Coming in, looked like he thought he was going to catch it. Probably should have caught it. Just went off the tip of his glove. But Blank's filling in behind him. He's there to make sure it's just a single.
Andrew McCutchen introduced as the pinch hitter, batting for Brad Lincoln.
Just 1 out, speed aboard. Be nice to squeeze another run out of this inning. Make the 9th maybe a little more doable.
399 career hits for McCutchen. So he gets set to face the right-hander Qualls. Xavier Paul 2 for 4 today.
Break this streak. This would be a way to do it in style. Come back from 7 runs down in the last 2 innings.
McCutchen will take strike 1. Dutch led off last night. Was 1 for 4. And the base hit in the 6th inning of last night's game. 1 ball, 1 strike to Andrew. Andrew's mom and dad have been here for this homestand, watching him play up from Fort Meade, Florida. Now back down on the count, 1-2. The diet suit.
He's going to be in perfect position to call this home run.
1-2 from Qualls. In the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes to McCutchen. 1 man out, bottom of the 8th. Pirates with 3 runs up this inning. Domet and Alvarez back-to-back singles. That chased Latos, and then first man Qualls faced was Brandon Wood, who put it into the left field seats for a 3-run homer. Count is full, 3-2. Good speed at first base, and Paul. Every run precious now for the Pirates late in this ball game. Payoff pitch. And a ground ball is short. Bartlett to Hudson. Too late at first.
Not going to get somebody that runs like McCutchen on that ball very often, especially with the underhand toss. This ball just too far away from second base, and McCutchen easily beat it out.
Neil Walker without a hit this afternoon. Walker 0 for 2. He walked in the first inning.
He's due. Didn't get a lot of offers. Keep the inning alive.
Pirates in the middle part of the order. Walker the third hitter. Ludwig the cleanup hitter on deck. 2 men out. McCutchen at first. And 1 ball, no strike count to Neil Walker. Walker puts one down to Bartlett, and he will throw him out, and that'll take care of the Pirates. But 3 runs come in on 4 hits. Brandon Wood with the big shot down the left field line. Home run number 7 for Wood. A 3-run bomb gets the Bucks on the board. Today with a stiff left hamstring. He's trailing the Braves in the 6th. Roy Oswald returning to the mound against the Giants. He's been on the disabled list since the 24th of June. Corey Hart of the Brewers. X-rays on his hand today were negative. Bruise not broken. He's day to day. And Steven Strasburg, who made his debut against the Pirates last season, begins a rehab assignment today. He hasn't pitched since the 21st of August last year. Today in his rehab stint, struck out the first 2 guys he faced. Joel Hanrahan takes over. It's time for the Hammer to get some work. Pirates down by 4 runs, 7-3. And Maben takes ball 1. Maben in the 3 spot today, 0 for 3 with a walk. Fouled out of play down the right side. Up in the air. That's a 1-1 count on Cameron Maben. Maben comes from an athletic family. His cousin was a first-round pick by the Minnesota Timberwolves out of the University of North Carolina in 2005, Rashad McCants. Chopper to first base. Pierce shovels it over to Hanrahan, 1 down.
Well, Joel needs to get out there, as you said, get some work. Not a lot of opportunities to close of late. Even in a ball game like this. Oh, is that pretty? I just love those AGH cans. I can watch those shots all day long. See all the little details. That's a tough thing for a closer when the team is going through a bad spell and you're not getting those opportunities to go out there and do your quote unquote closing job. You got to get your pitches in, your innings in when you can get them.
Guzman this year a non-roster invitee to spring training for San Diego, coming over from San Francisco where he made his big league debut in 2009 with the Giants. Played 20 games for them. Fouls this one way down the right field side. 2 balls and a strike. Last year in the Pacific Coast League with Fresno for the entire season. Didn't get a chance to get up to the big league club. Kind of a bad year for that since your big league club won the World Series. He didn't get a taste of it.
You know, what he's doing right now, I think, is be impressing San Diego quite a bit. Just not only just the batting average being up there, the home runs, 5 of them, the RBIs, 26, and this is in just over 100 at bats. He continues to hit like this for the rest of the season. He won't have to worry about getting an invite to spring training.
He'll be on the depth chart.
Yes.
And he goes down on strikes. Guzman down. And a strikeout for Joel Hanrahan. His 42nd of the year.
Good hard slider down the way. When you throw 98, 99 miles an hour, they got to start that bat sooner than they want. And it ends up being a slider down and away. Can't stop. You got to make up your mind so early whether to swing or not.
Hudson fouls the first pitch off. Orlando Hudson's been impactful today for San Diego. Base hit and a run scored in the 2nd inning. A walk and a run scored in the 6th. He struck out twice too. Hanrahan wouldn't mind a 3rd. Inside 1-1.
Marine hadn't taken the sign down yet. He's still looking for that ride.
Aren't you supposed to stick your thumb out? Maybe you'll get a ride that way.
Wants to go back to Camp Pendleton.
San Diego, very much a military town. Marine base there, of course, Navy SEALs base, Coronado Island. 1-2 and a bouncer to second base. Walker plays the hop, fires on to first, and a clean 9th inning for Joel Hanrahan as he gets the Padres 1-2-3. Last wraps for the Bucks. Ludwig, Jones, and Doman coming up. Each member of your group can take home a Pirates cap or Roberto Clemente replica jersey with just the price of a ticket, in addition to a great discount. To reserve your group tickets, call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit pirates.com/groups. Your group can even qualify for the chance to throw out the first pitch, maybe sing the national anthem, or get recognized on the field. 1-800-BUY-BUCKS to find out about group tickets. Come out and see the Bucks. A lot of youngsters here today. They got their Andrew McCutchen drawstring bags today. A lot of kids in Pirate gear around Pittsburgh these days. It's a great sight to see. Well, the game concludes on a Sunday. Kids line up and they get to run the bases at PNC Park. Real thrill for a lot of the kids to be able to get down there.
Just to see what it's like to be out there on that infield, what the dirt feels like, what the grass look like. What a love to be able to go down on Dodger Stadium when I was a kid, just for a moment.
Josh Spence, his 23rd appearance, backing up Chad Qualls, and Matt Latos, pitcher of record, back-to-back strong outings of 7 innings at least. But 7 innings against the Dodgers, ended up with out the win. Dodgers did better at the plate, but Latos still with 7 innings at least in his last 2 outings. Ryan Ludwig will take a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4 for 4 Friday night. Didn't get a hit last night, and today is 0 for 3. 1-1 pitch. And Ludwig hits it off the handle foul. A 1-2 coming to Ludwig. Fought that one off foul. So Latos just waiting for this one. He's looking for his 6th victory. And Ludwig is called out on strikes. He wants a second opinion, but he's not going to get it.
No, he's not going to get it. Well, Runge says he didn't need to ask, that he saw it on his own.
So we Runge'd him up.
Yeah, the hitters don't get second opinions.
Garrett Jones batting with 1 out and nobody on.
It's kind of odd when you think about it. When you can get an appeal to see if he swung, but you can't get an appeal to see if he didn't. Must have been a pitcher made up that rule, huh?
Oh, I'm sure it was. Anything that can give a pitcher any sort of advantage, pitcher had to say so in.
There's too many rules like that.
I'm wondering if it was the hitters that had a say when they lowered the mound.
Of course.
Jones pops it up. Bartlett, shortstop underneath it. And the Pirates down to their final out here, Bob, and staring their 10th straight loss in the face. It's a harsh reality, a reality that Clint Hurdle told them that they need to confront and do something about. But the Pirates 1 out away from being swept on a homestand. In danger of being swept for their 3rd straight series. Donut plunked.
It's got to be aggravating, huh? 2 outs. Go up there and take one off the elbow.
Going with down at first base.
Didn't we plunk somebody earlier?
Yes. Pedro Alvarez fouls this one away.
I think Lincoln hit somebody there.
He did. That was Logan Forsythe in the 8th. Forsythe came around to score too. 0-2 to Alvarez. Bucks down to their last strike today. And Pedro fights it off, and he'll get another. Vote for Pedro. And of course, the famous T-shirt from the film Napoleon Dynamite. One of those classics right up there with Gone with the Wind.
I'm not sure I agree with that, but I know there's a lot of people that like that film.
0-2 pitch. And Pedro bouncer to third. This should do it. Forsythe throws him out, and the Pirates have now lost 10 in a row, extending their longest losing skid of the year. And the Padres come into PNC and sweep the Pirates.
Well, we've talked about how it's going to be a tough road trip. Frisco and obviously Milwaukee leading our division, playing so well, but who knows, maybe this is what we need, to go out on the road and play some of the best teams in the league, because being at home and playing below 500 teams was not a good thing. We were hoping it was going to be.
You can see the frustration. Ludwig, Walker, Maholm, Xavier Paul. The Padres head out of here. Pirates will be heading to the West Coast to take on San Francisco starting tomorrow night. 7-3.